Hey guys, Michael here for Tactica Imperialis, finishing off my Necron Codex Analysis today looking at the heavy support section. There are 5 heavy support units, all of which I think are vehicles. Nope, whoops, wrong one, one's a monstrous creature. At the top we have the Doomsday Ark. This is built out the same kit of the Ghost Ark actually. BS4 armor 11 all round, open top skimmer, 4 hull points. And there the similarities sort of end. Well, quantum shielding, living metal, and the 2 Ghost Flare arrays stay, but you lose the transport capacity, gain a cost of 60 points, and gain a Doomsday cannon. This gun is flipping huge. It has 2 fire modes, one if you move, and one if you don't. If you move, you have a profile of 24-inch range, strength 7, AP 4, large blast, or is it small blast? Hang on. Yeah, nope, still large blast. Nope, small blast, my mistake. Can't read. However, if you don't move, which you don't really need to unless you're playing a runaround game with a Doomsday Ark, this is a bad idea. The range goes up to 72 inches, the strength to 9, the AP to 1, and it goes to a large blast. Therefore, this is a brilliant anything killer. Not the best vehicle killer though, because of the risk of scatter, I'm afraid. Otherwise, it can kill just about anything and be a very big scare. However, Doomsday Arks often lose out in terms of firepower to this. The Annihilation Barge, built from the same thing as the Catacomb Command Barge, and so it's quite similar. BS4, 11 all round, open top skimmer, has a Tesla cannon, quantum shielding, living metal. However, it too trades off its transport capacity. This time for a twin-link Tesla destructor. If you saw the transport video when I covered the Night Scythe, which is in the Troops video by the way, this is 24-inch range, strength 7, AP nothing, 4 shots, twin-linked. And has arc which allows it to jump to nearby units. This is incredibly powerful, and for 90 points, incredibly good value for getting this gun in. This is the common unit in the heavy support section. Generally, you'll see people in competitive lists running 3 Annihilation Barges. Slight overkill, but it does the job. And if with the Tesla rule gaining you extra hits from 6s, it can even target flyers. Twin link, 4 shots, Tesla. It's a good flyer killer. You may swap Tesla cannon for Gauss cannon. This is up to you. I would probably keep the Tesla cannon in this case because it just adds to the Tesla fire. And then we have the almighty Monolith. It's BS4, as all Necron vehicles are, armor 14 all round, so this is the toughest it can be. I believe it has 4 hull points, I'm pretty sure. 200 points. Skimmer, tank, and heavy. Heavy means that it can only move 6 inches in the movement phase, so it cannot move at cruising speed, which means it's quite slow. However, it never counts as moving when it comes to shoot, so it can fire all its weapons, of which it has a few. The particle whip is strength 8, AP 3, large blast. Ordnance, very similar to a Lehman Russ battle cannon. I believe it may have a slightly shorter range though. 4 Gauss Flux arcs. These are basically 3-shot Gauss flares each. They can each fire at a separate target, so each one is 24-inch range, strength 4, AP 5, Gauss Assault 3, I believe. Each can fire at an individual target, including separate to the particle whip. So you could say I'm going to fire the particle whip here, 2 Gauss Flux arcs over here, and the other 2 down here somewhere. This is important because obviously they don't all have line of sight to the same place. The Eternity Gate is 2 different things built into one. It is both a portal and a killer. The first use is very similar to the Tesseract Labyrinth and Transdimensional Beamer. A unit within 6 inches, or is it a model within 6 inches, has to take a strength test or be removed as a casualty. Very good, very powerful. No complaints really. The other option is to use it as a dimensional corridor, which allows units to arrive from reserve through the Monolith, I believe. I'm just going to check it because I never ran a Monolith. They were too expensive as in terms of buying the model, I'm afraid. But they were very powerful. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Choose one unengaged non-vehicle on the battlefield or in reserve. Ooh, that's powerful. Immediately phases out and disembarks from the Monolith's portal. Remove this casualty. So this is great. Yes, you can't assault out of it because it says counts as moving from combat speed. So you can't assault because it's not open-topped. But otherwise, this is very powerful because it can allow you to get troop units who become isolated back into place. You can redeploy a combat unit that's about to run into trouble, or a troop unit that's about to run into trouble. Non-vehicle, so anything but your tanks can do it, even your monstrous creatures like Catan, I think. So that would be powerful. The Portal of Exile, as I said, single shot, strength test or die. It has Deep Strike, because if it goes in reserve, it has to arrive by Deep Strike. So you can't just walk it on the board. Well, float it on the board. You have to Deep Strike it in. I don't see a problem with this, because it allows you to get your big, powerful vehicle right in the middle of things. I should warn you, from the old edition, it has lost the ability to negate Lance and Melter. So make sure that if you do this, you have a screen ready for it, i.e. you can pull a unit through the dimensional corridor. Oh, wait, no, start the movement phase. I don't think you can. So maybe you can, but try and get something in quickly to protect it. Otherwise, kaboom, if there's a Melter or Lance weapon hiding. Eldar, I'm looking at you. The Monolith, it doesn't get run because of the Annihilation Barge problem, but it is powerful and it's even more terrifying. The Doom Scythe, this is the Night Scythe's big brother. Again, it's a flyer, same stats. It sacrifices the transport capacity for the Death Ray. The Death Ray is a non-flyer killer. It's an infantry killer or a tank killer. It's a beam, similar to beam psychic powers, so you may choose a point within 12 inches of the Doomsday, then roll 3d6 and draw a line. Everything under this line takes a strength 10 AP1 hit. No armor bane or anything, but this can still kill vehicles reasonably well because of AP1 for +2 on the damage table and strength 10 for penetrating. Yes, you can't target flyers if you use this ability, so choose wisely. And the problem with this is it doesn't have a transport capacity, unlike the Night Scythe, so it loses out there because you can get it for cheaper, you can get the Tesla for cheaper, get a transport capacity, and generally do more with it. Plus, it leaves a space for the Annihilation Barge or whatever else you're running. Those rules are the same. As I said, I think Supersonic, Deep Strike, and Aerial Assault have been rolled into the flyer rules. The Canoptek Spider. This is a baby monstrous creature. Well, sort of. Weapon skill and ballistic skill 3, strength and toughness 6, only 3 wounds, initiative 2, 2 attacks, a 3+ save, and leadership 10. It is fearless. Has one piece of war gear, the Scarab Hive. This allows you to spawn Canoptek Scarab bases. That's these things. I believe you have to actually add them to Canoptek Scarab units, though. Not that this is a problem if you run the Scarab farm, i.e. a big unit of Scarabs with 3 Canoptek Spiders in the unit, and you just keep them topped up, you protect the spider, and you're laughing. It's a great tar pit and all that. Bear in mind, it does only have 3 wounds, no invulnerable save, so it can get killed. Although toughness 6 can sort of negate this. As I said, 50 points each. You can put them in squads of 3. May take a twin-link particle beamer, which is a 6/5 small blast, like I said, with the something yesterday in my last video. I'm sure I did. Yeah, I did. It was on the Tomb Blades. Gloom Prism gives the spider and units within 6 inches sort of a anti-psycho mechanism. I think it's something to do with like adamantium will nowadays. But obviously Deny the Witch didn't exist. I really should have looked this up. I never really ran a spider because they always seem to, well, die. Yeah, here you go. These are the 2 upgrades. The Gloom Prism allows you basically to have a psychic hood against units within 3 inches. You have a 4+ Deny the Witch, basically. The Fabricator Claw Away is the other option. If you're in base contact with a damaged vehicle, you can attempt to fix it instead of shooting. Obviously, you won't be shooting unless you've taken a particle beamer. On a 4 or more, fix a weapon destroyed or immobilized. The vehicle can be fired in that same shooting phase, which is great. Cannot repair if it's gone to ground. I don't know if you can go to ground if you're fearless, but that's maybe forgetting. The Scarab Hive isn't quite perfect, so on a 1, you lose a wound by doing it. So it's a little bit risky. But, yeah, that's everything. As I'm recording this video, the last part of the battle report is uploading, so that will be up. Hope you've been keeping up with it. If not, then be sure to go and check it out. It's a good game. Well, depends on who you ask. In terms of what gets run, as I said, the most common thing is the Annihilation Barge because it's only 90 points, it's very powerful, and generally it just outclasses everything else. The Doomsday Ark, I used to run it, and it used to cause carnage until it got blown up. The Monolith, I ran it once, it didn't die, and it was very much a good line of sight blocker because it's so huge, you can even hide a Catan behind it. The Doom Scythe, I prefer the Night Scythe because of, well, the transport that goes with it, but I suppose it has a place, if you really want it to. The Deathwake will be very powerful for killing Death Star units. I might talk about Death Stars another time. The Canatech Spider, only really seen run if you're running the Scarab farm, which means multiple Scarabs, multiple Spiders. Perhaps, if you're going to upgrade it, I recommend the Claw Away, particularly alongside ABs or Monoliths. I got that the wrong way around. Because they can keep them operating. For example, if someone blows up your Tesla Destructor, you want it back ASAP. That concludes the heavy support, and by extension, the Codex. If you've been keeping up with this mini-series, thank you for doing so. I do see that I'm getting a bit of, well, actually no I don't, but I do see that people are watching the videos, and I'm really glad that people are taking the time to do that. So thank you for that. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this. Has anybody got any recommendations for which codex they want me to do next? I don't have them all, so I can't do them all, but I'm sure I can talk to my friends and we can work something out. Some of them will be PDFs, so I may do it on a note. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching again. My name is Michael, and I'll see you around.